Hi, Mrs. Red here. It's Thursday night, and that means that it's drawing night. Yay! Always look forward to this. I'm just going to get the chat channel up there, the chat box. Yep. So I'm hoping I'll get a couple of people in tonight because I'm changing it up a bit. I'm not drawing just a still life as such, and I am going to keep this one to an hour tonight as well for two reasons. One, I think 2 hours is just too long. And I also have had a huge day. I'm a bit tired and yeah, I just want to finish up in an hour. So I'm going to see how much I can do in the hour though. So we're drawing noses tonight, human noses. So I have got a printout of 6 different noses in 6 different angles, and I'm going to try, well, I'll just switch it over. So this is my webcam. So this is what I'm going to switch over to now, and we'll get started. Hang on. Okay. All right. So what have we got here? I've got one of the images up ready to go. So I'll make that a little bit larger soon. This is my page of images. Now, if you're on the database, you would have received this printout last night. So every week, whatever it is that I'm drawing, you receive on the Wednesday night, so that you can actually join in and do the artworks with me. So tonight, that's what my reference is, but I'm going to put each of the noses up on the image as well. That is my example drawing that I've done there. So I just did that so that I could do an actual artwork image for social media and for the thumbnail for the YouTube thingy. So that one I'll just put to the side there. We don't need to see that. You can see the bottom of my easel there too. Now, the paper that I'm going to be working on tonight, I may do the toned tan, which is that nice coffee coloured, looks a bit, I don't know, the colour's not, oh, there we go. Nice warm tan colour. So may use that tonight. I'll put that one to the side. But I think that I will start in the bamboo one again, which is, I did last week's sketch in that one. And a good tip, there's last week's sketch. And then I did a quick rough sketch of the rabbit that I did for the YouTube live for the kids class. Now, a tip with your sketching books, behind the sheet, especially with this one, this is the bamboo, so it's 90% bamboo, 10% cotton. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. There we go. It is a little bit thinner. You can see my hand underneath it. So it's 105 GSM. So we need to just take the indentation, the embossing that will happen from drawing, and that is just a few sheets of just normal print paper that I just put in there so that I don't dent the page behind me. Now, the problem with this book is that it doesn't work very well with my tripod. My tripod is right there, and I can't move that, so that's all right. I just won't be able to. That's all right. I'm not going to be drawing over here anyway. That's nearly the edge, and if that happens, I guess I can work like that and hold it up like that. And I'll put my reference out of the way there. All right, so I'm going to start. It was this one that I did the drawing on the other night, so I don't want to start with that one again. I'm going to start with this one here. So I will just bring it up a bit larger for you. There we go. I'm still working out this webcam. I haven't worked out how to use the zoom on it yet, so that's why it's quite close to the paper. Now, in regards to what I'm using pencil-wise, I've got a selection of pencils which I may or may not use, and my erasers. So just a normal eraser and kneadable eraser. Got the white pencil in case I go to the tanned paper, so that's the Conti, white Conti. The Staedtler Mars Lumograph that I used last night. Then there is the Faber-Castell Pit Graphite Matte. So Staedtler do one of these as well. The Pit Graphite just tends to be a little bit, what it says, it's more matte. And it is. It doesn't have the shine on it that the Staedtler graphite does. Then Faber-Castell mechanical pencil. Haven't used this one yet. It's new, so I'll give that one a go. Then I've just added as well a woodless 2B graphite and an old favourite, the Faber-Castell, the 9000 range, and that one is in 2B as well. I'm going to start off with mechanical pencil. So the Faber-Castell, I don't know what weight the graphite is in it. If it is a 2B or a HB, I'm not too sure. Okay, so drawing noses, very different to drawing eyes. So in the top here, we've got a little bit of an eye that we can see. When it comes to drawing eyes, you can draw an eye without a reference. It's one of my drawing sheets that I have got on my website as a daily drawing prompt. That shows you how to draw an eye without having a reference, and I've got an example here, of course, which is that one there. So that's no reference. I'll show you how to draw an eye. Noses, however, are a little different. They need a little bit more of a reference to look at. Everyone's nose is very different. And even though there is ways of drawing noses without a reference, I think because of their organic shape that they are, there's not a lot of line at all. So there's a lot of line doing the eye, same with the lips. But when it comes to the nose, you literally have a couple of lines. You've got a little line where the nostrils begin, and a very, very soft line where the nose meets the cheek. Say on this one here, you're literally looking at a line that's just in there, and here is all gradation, all tonal scale happening. So they are different to do. I'd love you to have already subscribed so you get these photos. They have just come off Unsplash. It's not hard to get a reference of a nose to be able to draw. So I don't think that's going to sit there too well. I need a clip. I don't have a clip handy though. All right, I might have to angle it a little bit anyway so that it keeps me comfortable. All right, so we're starting off with this top nose here, which I've highlighted up there, and we'll get going. We're 8 minutes in. I'm not going to set the timer tonight because I literally am just going to go for an hour, which will be an hour and 10 minutes, let's say. Have a quick little sip of the wine. Still very warm here on the Gold Coast. Okay, so to start noses, we're actually going to start with the example that I did of this one. I actually started with the shading up here and worked my way down. This one I'm going to start with the areas down here on the actual nostrils and work my way up. And I'm using the Faber-Castell mechanical pencil for this one. So I'm planning on just doing maybe 4 on one page. So we'll see how we go for time. Try and do them to the same size that I've got them at as well. So I don't know if you can hear my music in the background. I have got it on because my husband will put the football on very soon, and the TV is on the other side of my wall, of the study wall. So he's just gone to pick up our son. So I'm just very lightly putting in these only two real lines that are in this drawing of the nose. I have got the chat box up, so if you join, it doesn't matter when you join, even if you join after the live and you've got a question for me, please fire away. I will get to the questions, and if it's live, I'll be able to answer it live, and if it's after, then I will answer it afterwards. I'm just looking at where this light area, sort of just getting the shape of the nose happening, drawing very lightly. So I'm not sure, or you can see the nostrils. It is very light at the moment, so it does change it a bit. Really looking at the shape, everything. It sounds like it's just started raining outside. Yep, raining pretty hard. We're having a lot of bad weather here in Queensland, southeast Queensland. Oh, the cat just came running in. Did you get wet, Flo? Now, am I doing this on an angle? Just look at your areas that is straight across there. So you want that area to be straight across there. The bottom of that nostril. There's not too much of a line on that side. So that looks kind of silly, but that's what it looks like when you're beginning. Keeping lines all very, very soft so that you can erase areas that you need to. There's no line underneath the nose on this one. So I'll start by bringing in a bit more darkness now. The only area that really is dark. It's the type of drawing that just starts to form as you go along. And if you've watched any of my other drawings over the past few weeks, you'll know that I am a very slow drawer. There's no speed when it comes to me in drawing. Last week's drawing, which I thought was going to only be about an hour and a half, took very close to 2.5 hours. You've got to keep looking at your reference. I always say that. Don't draw a nose, draw what is in front of you. And what will happen is you'll end up drawing a nose. Magic. Do a bit of a crosshatch style there. With that example drawing that I drew, I just want to make sure that those nostrils are roughly the same height there. Might bring that one down a bit. What was I saying? I don't know. I'll remember it. Oh, that's right. With that example drawing I did, I actually didn't use the kneadable eraser nor a blending tool. Wasn't planned that way. It's just how it turned out. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. Just a bit of light piano music tonight. It's just to help me block out the sound of the football that will come on very soon. If you're not terribly good at shading, don't understand shading and how much pressure to put on your pencil, I do have a little YouTube video that I did, I reckon it's about 5 years ago now, to show you how to do a tonal scale. And it's a good idea to do that as a warm-up exercise. Just like when you're doing sport, you do a little bit of warm-up. No different to when you're drawing or painting. You just do a little bit of warm-up to get you into it. And normally if I am drawing a still life on the Thursday night, I will pre-draw the sketch so that you don't have to see me sit here for half an hour just drawing a sketch. Can you see that okay? Yep. And I will leave the last bit of the pre-sketch. I will leave until just before I turn the camera on. So I've actually done my warm-up before I start live. Tonight, however, wasn't the case. I've just had a busy day. I've only just finished dinner. So I just had to get straight into it. Drawing very lightly still, just making sure that everything is where it should be. I'm feeling like this could be a HB lead that's in this pencil. It doesn't feel like I know I'm putting pressure on it because I can see the little marks, but they're not coming out too dark. It's all right. It's good to test it. Mechanical pencils work out really well when you're traveling. You don't have to worry about the sharpening of them. I did the example sketch with the Derwent mechanical pencil. I actually thought I was using this one, and then I realised at the end of it that it was the Derwent one. And I'm going to say that between the two of them, I'm actually going to say I like the Derwent one a little bit better. Maybe it was a B or a 2B lead, you know. So apart from those two definite lines where the nostrils are, this is a toning exercise. Just always looking at your reference photo, going from light to dark, not putting too much pressure on your pencil. And depending on your sketching style, I have a little bit of a crosshatch going on. I'm trying to get darker here, but it's really not really wanting to go too much darker. So I'm not going to get too dark on this one. Which could be a bit of an issue doing the sort of highlight area. You just won't see what I'm doing. It won't look like I'm actually putting any pencil down. I'm getting a bit of shine from this one as well. I have got studio lights on, and certain pencils do give me a bit of a shine. So it makes it a little bit harder for me, not so much you. Just always looking at that reference photo. So I am going to be doing the rest of the face, similar style to this. And then perhaps over 2 or 3 weeks, I will draw a complete face. and do from the eyes or the head. Sorry, the hairline. And end up drawing a whole face. But I'm definitely not going to do that in one night because that is just not possible for me to get a drawing done in one night in that much detail. Oh, hand was going stiff. That curve comes around. Can you see that? That's all right. It looks very sharp there. It feels quick. I'm just getting home now. Okay, how's that nostril going? It feels like I'm just really struggling with the pen. I might actually, it's too light. I'm going to swap to the Derwent mechanical, which I was using last night. Sorry, on Wednesday night. Yeah, last night. It wasn't last night, it was Tuesday night. Gosh, straight away, that is so much darker. All right. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought that the Derwent one would be nicer to use. It's just darker. I can get a lot more depth with it. I'm not even pressing hard. Okay, that's looking better. Now, let's hope I get more than one nose drawn in a night. I'm sure I will. It didn't take me too long to do the example sketch. Probably close to half an hour, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this Derwent pencil is a lot nicer to use. Looks like I've given her a little moustache there now. So like I just said before, it's pretty much just getting those tones, starting fairly lightly and then just introducing darker tones as you go along. Now there's not a great deal of tonal difference as the nose goes up. I'm just going over most of the Faber-Castell pencil. I'm going to go and say that it was probably a H lead, not even a B lead in it, because it's so fine. Whereas you can, well, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot more texture with this one. So this center part of the nose, there's not a lot of shadowing going on at all. So I will put a little bit of pencil into it very lightly, but I will then perhaps use the kneadable eraser. How's that looking? It's getting there. Okay. Now this side has got a little bit more depth to it. I've got to work out where that, there's actually a nice little highlight there. So I'm going to grab the kneadable eraser straight away and just remove a bit there. I don't know if that's that obvious on that. I do know that there was one photographer who has done 3 of these photos that I've chosen. They were coloured ones. Most of them were coloured ones, and I've just turned them into black and whites. All right, so as you get up to those eyes, you've got to work out the distance. I'm putting lead down, but I will pick it back up with the kneadable eraser. Otherwise, there'll just be nothing to base the distance on. So we're looking at roughly around about, let's say there is the start of the eye. Okay. I'm going to rub that out soon. I don't want it to be there. I'm just purely using it as a guide. Looking at where the nostril and the corner of the eye are. Just making sure that it's quite a lot further out. So it's really running up there. All right. Okay, I can put in a bit more shadow here. Going back down here again. That's the good thing about the drawing like this. You can just go where you need to. We're just focusing on one thing. How does that look? All right. Okay, so back up here. Now I'm going to take out those guides of the eyes now. Ooh. This bamboo paper has got a little bit of texture to it. I'm not going to say that it really wanted me to erase that then. I might even bring in one of the blending tools for this. It just feels like it's needing to be smoothed out a bit. Just want to get these areas around here a little bit darker. And right. Just going to bring in the kneadable eraser again, really highlight that spot there. Take a bit away from here. Don't know if that's that. Oh, yeah, you can see that. Keep cleaning your kneadable eraser as well. Otherwise, you're just going to be transferring. I'm looking forward to going to a different pencil. I just feel like I'm not getting the darks that I want out of these mechanicals. End up going through the page if I'm not careful. All right, I'm almost thinking I will leave this one here so that I can move on. I'll just smooth that out with the blending tool. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm getting those darks there at all, but if I go any harder, I feel like I'm going to put a hole in the paper. All right, so we're going to move on. It's just left a bit of a... I'm just got to go over that area a bit there because it looked a little bit rough. All right. Okay, there's nose number 1 done. That was quite a hard one, and I wasn't happy with the... Oh, it feels like there's a dent. Well, there is kind of a dent there, but not where it is. Hang on, I need to fix that up. It feels like there's a dent up the top there, when if anything it's on down here. All right, that's better. Okay, put down the mechanical pencils, put them away. Let's move on to, I'm going to do this one next. So I will change it over. I just have to go back to my menu to change this one over. There we go. It's nice and easy. Put the chat back up. Okay. I will use, I'm just going to go for the Mars Limgraph for this one. One of my favourite pencils. Really should have got a clip or something that I could put there. Try it like that. A bit on the side. Still not happy with the inside part of that nose, but we will move on. Can always come back to it. Okay, so this one has got some nice lines. So we've got a lovely line that's curving up around here, round to there. That will give us some shape, and a great shadow line down here. Be much easier to work with, I think. So I'm going to start at the tip again. Always looking at your reference. Drawing what is in front of you, not what you think is in front of you. Don't look at it and think that this is a nose. It's not a nose. It will end up a nose. That's what you're hoping for. Just drawing some shapes, etc., that we need. I might bring that down a little bit. Now, I don't think you can see my reference picture. So this corner will match up with that corner. These sides are going to almost match up. And this is off to the left. So really important to get that shape right there. And going back up. And then that will come around there. So no nostrils to worry about this time. Just shadows. So that will be roughly coming down there. And then we get a faint area of tone in there. Hoping that I've got the bottom of this nose. Oh, goodness me. That frightened me. I thought that was a spider running over me. It was just a little bug. Hoping I've got this. I think I've got that too curly. Yeah, it's still warm up here. So the door is still open. Cat prefers it that way. Where is she? Oh, she's sitting down by the door. Whoops. Just put my hand on the mouse. How am I going for time? 45. So, yeah, 25 minutes left. Be nice to get a third one done as well. I'm using the B pencil, by the way, for this one. I'm not going to change them up or anything. Just when you're focusing on like studies like this as such, you don't want to overcomplicate things with too many different weights. What a great way to get good at your shading and all your shapes is to just be drawing the same thing over and over again. Different angles, different noses, so that you don't get bored doing the same nose the whole time. It's not something I have done, but more than happy. Oh, God. Oh, mate, come on. I need to get a new chair. I don't know if I said that last week in last week's video. I'm going to get one of those ones that you put the weight on your knees again. That rain's coming down again. Make sure that the angle of that shadow, it's not a lot to base it on, but it's leaning over that way. Even though this nose is on the angle, it's actually a lot easier to draw than the last one. The last one didn't have a lot of tone going on at all. Just remember, you're not drawing a nose. You're drawing what is in front of you. It will turn out to be a nose. It should do. Just have to look at all those proportions of where all those tones are, where the highlights are, and take your time and just draw lightly to begin with. Hopefully that's about the right height for that eye. It's coming in over there. And that eye is starting out here. So that would be about there. Really nice little organic tones that are happening on this image. A very easy subject to be able to find reference photos for. I guess being able to make them black and white does have its advantages though. So if you can find them online and change them to black and white or print them to black and white, just helps take away all those color highlights and values and just leaves you with really nice tones of the black and going to, well, the grayscale. I don't want to say black and white, the grayscale image. How's that starting to look? As we come up here, it gets a lot darker over the ridge. If you can hear that music, it's very faint, but if you can, it's just YouTube music that I selected. Very peaceful, very calm. Just imagine you could fill a whole book of sketches of people's noses, and you'd never ever draw the same nose twice. Think of those African Americans with the really, really broad noses, and older people who have just got a lot of wrinkle around their nose. Just getting the toning right here. Don't feel like I need to use the blending tool on this one. I kind of feel like I want to go over the other one with this pencil. I'm not going to, but just not happy with that, how that first one turned out. Pretty much because of the pencils that I used. With the rain and the music, I cannot hear that football on TV at all. A very good thing. How's that looking? As I say that, I think I can hear the TV a bit more. I think he's just turned it up a bit. So as you can see, there's not really a lot you can sort of learn about drawing the human nose. It is a tonal exercise mainly. I might just put a little bit more darker down the bottom here. And lip. This is just all dark. Kind of feel like I want to use paper stump now. I'm not going to. Okay, that looks a bit harsh there now. There we go. You can tell that's a nose. I'll just put a bit more of this side of the cheek in. Okay, that does help. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next one. Oh, goodness. So, an hour would be in 5 minutes. That crept up on me quickly. I'm going to do 3 though. I can't stop at 2. Especially when I don't like the first one. Alright, but I will leave that one there. Good. Okay, I'm going to go for, I might go for the Pit Graphite Matte for the last one. And I'll choose one of the side ones. So I'll just change the photo over. I'm going to go with this one, which is this one here. Okay. All right, so this has got a beautiful shape, beautiful line shape to work with. Make sure I've given myself enough room though. Just move it over here a bit more. Okay, you're going to have to look at your image on the top because mine's right in the middle here. And that nose really dives away from this curve. I'm glad I chose the pit graphite mat for this one, because this one is going to have a lot of black around the outside of it. Now, let's see. That goes under there. Another nice line to work with here. Keep relating to where it is as to where this line is. Just do those little line ups, those little match ups. You can see a little bit of her eye, and that will, oh, it's hard to say. I can't look at the, hang on. This little bit here is going to work straight into where that eye is in there. And there's that. So around there, that looks about right. And we've got a bit of a bit there, and that would bring up, it's kind of hard to see what's going on there, but it will all be black for us. And that brings up to the eyebrow there. So there we go, kind of worked that out there. And then I've just got to put the chat back up in case someone pops in. Okay. I'm not going to attack that black outline yet. I want to work on some of the shadows. Just got to get this shadow or the shape right here. I think. That TV has definitely gone up. Now I think the shape here is not right, so I'm just going to erase that. It needs to be a bit more pointy, a bit more of an edge. There we go. I'm going with that. It's just all about taking your time and making sure that everything is working where it's meant to. I don't feel like the nostril is really where it should be there. I'm hopefully going to get away with it though. Love drawing with these pencils. Haven't used them for a couple of weeks. I did like the Staedtler as well, the blue Staedtler, Mars Lumograph. They've just got a really nice texture to them. You don't have to press hard to get a dark colour either. A bit of a highlight there, so I don't know what I should do. I might just try and dab it off. Not too much tone in the side of the nose, definitely behind the nose will help when I fill that in black, and also up here by the eye, but at the actual, what's the word? Can't think of the word. You know, this bit. There's just not a lot going on there. I want to say the ledge of the nose, but it's not the ledge. I feel like this one hasn't taken me too long at all to do. What's the time? Probably be at the 10-minute mark now on this one, and I'm almost finished. Okay, I'm just going to move this bit here a bit. Maybe that was a bit much. Just putting in a bit of this lip, just maybe as the end point. Okay. The easiest part. Gee, I wouldn't get more than anything but this nose out of this pencil before I need to sharpen it. Um, 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 um. Such a difference between this pencil and the others. And I'm not getting any shine either, which is that's why they're called matte. So they don't produce a shine, which is nice, especially when you're working under studio lights. All right, there we go. I'm thinking of leaving it there. I'll call it a night. We've done 3. Gee, that's a difference between that one and say this one here. And that first one is horrible. Don't like it at all. Just going over that highlight. No, there's not a lot I can do to that because I'm going to go through the page. No, you can't feel anything through the page. But there we go. And we've gone for an hour 10. So that's not too bad. Hour 12 minutes. So there we go. I will remove that image if I can. Actually, that's what I should have done. I should have just reduced it. There we go. There we go. So there's my reference pictures, and there's 3 noses, 3 very different noses, done in 3 different pencils, different angles. A really good exercise to do. Just focus on one part and really hone in on those skills. So we'll leave it at that, and I will flick the camera over. There we go. I always look tired in these when I look back at myself. All right, so there we go. We've had those pencils. Interesting that I didn't like that Faber-Castell mechanical pencil at all. I'm going to go and finish this glass. And next week we will probably do eyes or mouth, I think. Have a go of it yourself. Make sure you let me know what you're up to with it. Hang on, I'm just going back to the chat there just in case. Yeah, my socials are all in the description underneath the video. I would love to know what everyone else is doing. If you've got any questions, please just put them in the chat in the YouTube video and I will answer them there. And remember, tomorrow afternoon is the kids' drawing class. We are following on from last week. So we did a realistic drawing of a bunny, sort of showing you how to do that. And a lot of adults will get a lot of value out of that as well. And tomorrow we are basically going to make an illustration of that drawing, of that sketch. So we're going to be adding colour and doing a bit of pen, bit of watercolour, maybe a bit of coloured pencil, we'll see. So that's tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. You can follow that because it's already scheduled. So it's already up on my website. And if you're listening to this after tomorrow, just search for it on the website under the kids' drawings. These ones are under the, oh gosh, what are these ones under? Just drawing night or something, I think. Can't remember. All right, have a lovely weekend. Next weekend is Easter. That came around very quickly. I will see you next week. Bye.